Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyrone Milade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. Today is August the 19th, and I just greet you here from the Dominican Republic. I made a previous video talking about how amazing it is. You're missing out if you are avoiding coming to the Dominican Republic. I will say I'm in Samana, Samana. I think I spelled it wrong in the other video, at the Dominican Treehouse Village. So it's just a different vibe from what I think a lot of times people are seeing, maybe in a place like Punta Cana. But oh my gosh, this is one of the best places. Not to say I've been to a whole bunch of different places, but it's unique and beautiful. And so I'm sending you good vibes from here in Samana, Dominican Republic, sending you good vibes. Just sitting here with the Orisha, just in all different forms here in this jungle. I wanted to get on and wanted to make a couple of videos from the Dominican Republic, just because I think it's like, a great opportunity. I don't know when I'll be back. So it's like, I really want to do this because I want to just share the vibe from this place. So this is my gift to you all. I wanted to talk about today a topic that I've been wanting to get on and share, and that is about how to work with the Orisha, just like on a day-to-day basis, in particular the warriors. I sometimes feel like the warriors are a little bit neglected, even though, when people come into Ifa, they want all their implements. They want to get their Elleguas, their warriors, hand to Ifa, all that kind of good stuff. But the question is, who's really working with the warriors? Who's really working with the warriors? And I can say, for me, my knowledge of the warriors is more of one that's relational and not so much one that I read out of a book. And so this is my experience with the warriors. But I'm just beginning to realize just how all of this, how working with Orisha is very practical. And the first warrior, I'll say Eshu Ellegua is one that we probably know quite a bit about. And then a lot of us know about Ogun. Now, how many people work with them as warriors? I don't know. But let me just start off by saying the warriors are the energies in Ifa that help us to be able, the way I describe it is to slay the enemy within and without. The warriors help us to move past the things, the blocks, be they within us or without. They help us to move past those blockages, those blocks, towards our destiny, towards feeling happy, feeling whole, feeling complete. They help us to be able to, I guess you could say, fight the battle to get to where we're trying to go. This is one of the reasons I find them to be so powerful, is because, in life, that's basically what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure out, which way do I go? How do I move past this block or that block or whatever? If you're feeling stuck, how do you get unstuck? And so the first warrior that really began to help me to see, wait a minute, these warriors is off the chain. Although I've always worked with, for the most part, Eshu, Ellegua, and Ogun, Ochoosi is the one, because like I said, I haven't really read a whole bunch of books. My godparents were like, hey, you go sit with your warriors. They'll tell you what they need you to know, right? But you do need to know just a little bit about the warriors. And of course, we call Ochoosi the tracker. They always talk about in the Odu how, or the Pakati, the stories of Ifa. The Odu is the wisdom of Ifa. Ochoosi was the energy, or the Orisha that people worked with in order to be out in the forest tracking for food, tracking to catch something or whatever. You typically hear about that. And they talk about it's a bow and an arrow is the implement for Ochoosi. And so, you're tracking and you're going to try to get in the direction of the thing that you're trying to hunt. I'm trying to get that arrow lined up and go straight in that direction. And what they also teach, and when I say they, it's all of us are learning from these different sources. And they is like the majority of the time when you hear people talking, the teachers talking about Ochoosi, they're saying Ochoosi tells you which way to go. The question is, what the heck does that mean, right? And so then I remember telling you all, because I've made a video about Ochoosi before, about this book. What is the name of it? I can't think of it right now. But it's this book that's all about the importance. It's a modern day book written by somebody who has nothing to do with Ifa. That's about tracking what you do. And that's going to let you know exactly where you're going. If you keep up with everything you're doing day in and day out, bit by bit by bit by bit, you will know exactly where you're headed. All right? And all you got to do is, even if you're not being conscious, just play back in your mind each day what you have done. You'll know exactly where you are. Compound effect. That's the name of the book. Compound effect. You'll know exactly why you are where you are. Okay? And so that's when I began to realize, oh, this is the concept of Ochoosi. Okay? And the more I work with Ochoosi and the more I really think to myself, tracking, and this is in so many areas of life, all of the professionals, when they're talking about what we want to achieve, there is a level of tracking that is kept up with it. You have to track your actions, your habits, day in and day out. Typically, in order for someone to even really know which direction they need to take you in, they're going to begin to say, tell me about what you're doing. They're going to ask you to track or give an account of what have you been doing that has led you to this place. And that's going to let me know what to tell you. This is why you got to where you have gotten. Okay? And so that's when I really began to realize this Ochoosi energy is off the chain. So I want to just sort of talk about each one of these Orisha and how I use them for success. The Orisha help us to be successful. I really like this Obafemi O. He's with Orisha Lifestyle out of California. I don't know a lot about him, y'all, so if you're going to check him out, you need to make your own decision. I don't know him. I just know a lot of what I have looked at with him over the years looks like this is somebody that really and truly has a grasp of the Orisha tradition and how to apply it to those of us here in the West. And I will say Obafemi O seems to be pretty traditional. He knows the Yoruba terminology. I'm confident he spends a pretty good amount of time in Nigeria. So for him to be able to translate really and truly to a large extent, y'all, let's just be honest, a spiritual tradition that is not, it's in our cultural DNA, I think, but it's in our genetic DNA to a large extent, but culturally it's different. If we went to Nigeria, we would have to get used to the language, the way the people act. We are not Nigerian, all right? We're not Yoruba. Even the Yoruba, the Igbo, and whatever the other one, I can't remember a third one that I heard over there, they don't even all see eye to eye. This thing is deep, okay? But he does a good job of bringing it from there to over here to help us be able to apply it. Where I digress is I am not of the Yoruba culture. But this video is not about that. That's just where I feel sort of like me and Obafemi might be a little bit different. But mostly it's like 95% of what he talks about, I'm like all about it. And so being about success, using Orisha, the Orisha, to allow ourselves to make it in this world. I don't really know what folks are trying to do half the time. It's like fun and games, it seems like to me, that people think about this. It's deeper than that, y'all. So let's talk about how can we be successful. I'm just touching the surface, okay? The first Orisha that I knew about, of course, one of the first would be Eshu Ellegua. This is one of the warriors. For me, Eshu Ellegua is powerful because Eshu Ellegua is definitely about good character. Do we want to succeed in life? Your character is going to dictate a lot about the success that you experience in life. And I just encourage all of us to be 100 with ourselves on our character. Or do we really have good character? Where is our character compromised? And so, we can always work with the energy of Eshu Ellegua within us to understand. Look, I need you to help me in terms of having the character that I need for success. And that's how you can really call on Eshu Ellegua to do that. You really and truly can use the key to self-mastery of awareness. Ask Eshu Ellegua to bring to your awareness where are you messed up in your character, and to show you the path. But more than likely, Eshu is just like going to be giving you opportunities to see where are you in your character. So it won't be like Eshu is going to just like bring something to your mind, which Eshu maybe will. More than likely, Eshu is going to bring you, as they say, to the crossroads. That'll let you know where you stand in your character. Did you lie or did you tell the truth? Even when you were like, I really do not want to tell the truth, So another thing that I think about with Eshu is Eshu Ellegua is the keeper of our Ashe. And so, I work with Eshu Ellegua when it comes to my Ashe, just by bringing to my awareness, how am I channeling my Ashe? What are my choices? How am I investing my Ashe day by day by day by day? So that's something else. That's another way I work with the energy of Eshu Ellegua. I understand that within me, Eshu Ellegua is the keeper of the Ashe. And just taking that time, again, the awareness to determine how am I investing this Ashe. Now, I will tell y'all, I'm really and truly just seeing how deep Shango Haru. I know I'm speaking about the Orisha, but I always say Shango Haru. This energy is about choice and it's about leadership, especially within the self. Without too, but leadership within is going to lead to great leadership without. And it's about choice. It's about how we're choosing. So it's sort of like Eshu, which is our inner leader, is how is Eshu working with each one of these Orisha. And so whenever I say choice, this is what I'm talking about. It's so many aspects to ourselves. There is an aspect to ourselves, which I call Shango Haru, that's all about making a choice. And so Shango will have to make the decision, the choice, regarding how the Ashe will be spent. Okay. Eshu Ellegua is also about having a good time, keeping it light, keeping it fun. I see this energy as also about communication. We talk about if you want to speak to the Orisha, you got to go through Eshu Ellegua because this is the messenger deity and all that kind of good stuff. So, even just within working with the other Orisha, a lot of times we've got to have this Eshu, this communication within us on point to be able to even connect with the other Orisha. Ogun is pretty straightforward, this energy of Ogun. A goon is a warrior. And so for me, it's about the inner warrior. Now we have Oya too. That's an energy of a feminine warrioress. But we're talking about the warriors, which in Ifa, they're all masculine. And so Ogun is the warrior. And so I look at Ogun as giving me the courage to face things that maybe I don't want to face, or Ogun gives me the courage to take a risk that I perhaps wouldn't risk. And I can always sort of gauge where is my Ogun with how scary do I feel. You know, sometimes we feel fear, and it's natural because maybe we're doing something new, but sometimes we're feeling scary, and it's gonna cause us to miss an opportunity because Ogun is all about that opportunity. So I like to use Ogun in that way. Now, sometimes if just depending on which direction Ogun is out of balance, Ogun could be taking too many risks, or Ogun could be arguing for something that is not worth arguing for. You just arguing for the sake of arguing. You know, you fighting for the sake of fighting. That's not Ogun. Ogun is going to be fighting the fight that matters the most. Ogun is about the business, you know. So, you know, really using Ogun to for action. And it's sometimes it's action that is we're afraid to take, but you know, Ori is saying take this action. Sometimes it's about fighting for what's worth fighting for. And another thing, Ogun is about moving blockages. This is what a lot of people love Ogun for. They call on Ogun to remove the blockage. And typically, the blockage is within us. So we probably need to be making sure we understand that it ain't always about, oh, somebody's out there blocking me. No, you are blocking you more than anything, all right? Because we want to take the power in our hands. We do not want our power to be laying in other people's hands, okay? But the other thing that I'll say, just to a certain degree on the side, well, I guess I can think about it. So sometimes when I feel a little bit afraid, like I'm home by myself and it's at night and I don't know, I'm just feeling creeped out, I'll call on the energy of Ogun to protect me. Or let's say I'm out and I'm walking through a garage or something like that. I'll call on the energy of Ogun to protect me. And that allows me to release fear and not be attracting crap to me, because that fear will attract the very thing that you're asking Ogun to protect you from. So I always say to myself, if I'm going to be saying these prayers to Ogun or whoever these Orisha that I'm talking to are, then I'm going to say the prayer and I'm going to walk away. I'm leaving it with the Orisha. So I do give you that. But when we are out in the marketplace, when we are someplace and we feel like somebody's out to get us, you know, it's cutthroat and all that kind of good stuff, we can definitely call on Ogun to help us, to protect us. You know, in Christianity, they'll say no weapon formed against us shall prosper. To me, that's a nice Ogun scripture right there. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know why? Because Ogun is with me as I walk up in this piece, okay? I adore Ogun. I have an intimate relationship with Ogun and didn't even realize it until I was a little bit older. I've talked to y'all about Ochoosi a little bit. So like Ochoosi teaches me that I need to track what I'm doing. Tracking what I'm doing lets me understand. So like weighing myself every day, sometimes people are like, I'm totally opposed to that. And I used to be opposed to it until I realized how much I learned from getting on the scale every day. I'm just in a place where my body, it changes very easily, and you know, based on what I'm doing, it's a lot of stuff that makes my body go out of balance very quickly, and very few things that make it stay in balance. When I get through perimenopause, we'll see if things get back on point. And so things that the scale has shown me, because I track my weight every day, not because the number matters so much, but the way the scale moves, it's letting me know, am I bringing my body into balance or out of balance? I've even been able to figure out what foods don't work for me. All these diets out there, people say, you know, oh, it's a lifestyle. It's a way of eating, all right? At the end of the day, it's a way of eating. And I just say it that way because if you are like me and you've tried so many different things, after a while, people can frame it however they want, but we all know it's how you eat. Um, but how you eat is a part of your lifestyle, okay? So, so many of these different ways of eating have led me into imbalance. And I can immediately tell things that work perfectly for other people. If I do it, the scale shows me. And before I was weighing myself every day, I had no idea that these different ways that people would say eating that I was trying out because, I was having some health issues that were really bothering me. I had no idea that it was them until I started weighing myself. Once I stopped doing certain things or eating certain foods, then I began to realize, oh, it was that food, that one thing alone, okay? And no, let me just stop because I can go on and on and on. I'm beginning to get so opposed to naming how we eat. I just think it just hurts, especially those of us in America. We don't know how to do anything in moderation. Everybody goes 100 and then you hit a snafu and it's like, man, if you just measured this way of eating, you could tell it was taking you out of balance. But anywho, so yeah, I've been able to learn so much about what is working and what's not working in my body, just from tracking my weight, okay? But this goes for everything. Tracking my money is showing me things. Tracking my daily activities is showing me things. Using that journal, so I go back and look at my journal and I track over the years to realize, oh my God, I'm not changing in certain areas. So the tracking piece to Ochoosi is mwah. And then the other thing is, what direction do we go into? So I always say, Ochoosi, I feel Ochoosi is a part of our intuition. So we call on Ochoosi. Ochoosi, please lead, guide, and direct me in the direction that I'm supposed to go. And sometimes I may not see the direction, but Ochoosi will take me to the guide that shows me the direction to go. And so, I've been working on becoming healthier and slimmer. And so I've had to listen to different guides. I could not figure this out. I sort of knew some stuff. It was like I was sort of putting some things together. But slowly but surely, each guide has shown me a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more of the path that I need to take in order to go where I'm trying to go, okay? So it's different ways that Ochoosi brings it to us. So I just say, yeah, really call on Ochoosi for that. And then Osun. Osun was the last one that I was like, I finally got Osun. A lot of times people look at Osun and think it's Oshun, but it's Osun when we're talking about the warriors. It's Osun. We have to think of it of how it's spelled in the Yoruba language, okay? So Oshun has something on that S, Osun does not. And so Osun is what protects our Ori. And so our Ori is our higher self. And one of the things that I've learned is it's so important to bless the Ori every day because it's the seat of consciousness. It's like how we're perceiving the world. And when we are out and about all day, listening to stuff, talking to people, just being out in the world, our Ori is picking up on everything. And we don't realize that it's like blocked. We can't hear from our Ori. Our Ori might be draped in something that is positive or not positive, but it's draped and we don't realize it. And we're just, to a certain degree, for me, I feel like I'm blocked from connecting with my Ori. And so once I began to understand Osun, I would tell Osun, please help me to avoid the things that create blocks in my Ori or prevent me from hearing my Ori from my higher self. And sometimes when I'm going out, I'll ask Osun to just cover, to really just protect my head, my spiritual head, protect my head from picking up on things. So once I began to really realize that, and then Osun, to a certain degree, is connected with wisdom. And so, it's like if I want to stay connected to my wisdom, my inner wisdom, then I need to be calling on Osun to help me stay in touch with my Ori so I can stay in touch with my wisdom, because the Ori is connected to the expanded aspect of ourselves that knows everything, right? And so that Osun is all about protecting the head. And what I find Osun has done for me is to really help me to see the things that I was choosing to do that would block me from a full connection with my Ori. Yes, I can bless my head all day, but if I fill it up all day with a bunch of bull crap, then yeah. So I was able to see exactly what I was doing that was like a no-no for, really messing up my head, blocking me in my Ori. So I hope that this is helpful to you all, and to know and understand that when we're working with Eshu, Ogun, Ochoosi, Osun, these warriors, in a conscious manner. Now, I've just told y'all things you can do. It doesn't matter if you're initiated, have your Ellegua, whatever. Doesn't matter. Uh, I've just told you what you can do. Then when we're doing all of this, we will find a higher level of success. We'll find that we are able to ease the way into life. And even where there are challenges, we will be able to make it through with the greatest of success. Working with these warriors, definitely a path to success. Working with the Orisha in general, path to success, y'all. Yes, there's magic and mystery, but at the end of the day, we're in a body, and it's about mastering this marketplace, being here in Onile, the earth. It's about us mastering this, y'all. And that's what I perceive is one of the greatest things about working with the warriors. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please feel free to join me in my membership site, where I continue to share additional ways of working with the Orisha, spirituality in general, y'all. I don't limit myself at all. And you can get in for as little as $5. Patreon.com/goddess, body, mind, spirit. And if I can divine on your behalf, that is going to the oracle, asking the oracle the questions that you may have, that you're like, I don't know about this, or should I do this, or shouldn't I do this, or I just want some general guidance. What is life about for me right now? You can get a general reading with me. You can just go to my website, goddessbodymindspirit.com, and go to the spiritual readings page and request a reading there. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Greetings from the Dominican Republic. I'm out. Peace.